Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Cook. Hope you and your family are doing perfectly well. So, what we'll be cooking today is a veg cutlet, and the specialty of this cutlet is we are going to be using sweet potato as our primary ingredient to make our cutlets. So, let's go and see how we can make our sweet potato cutlet. Let's take a quick look at the ingredients that we'll be using to make our sweet potato cutlets. So I have 300 grams of sweet potato which is boiled and peeled, and I also have about 250 grams of potatoes which is boiled and peeled, and I have about 250 grams of finely chopped onions and 10 green chilies finely chopped, about 2 tablespoons of garlic finely chopped, about 2 tablespoons of ginger finely chopped, and I have about 1/3 cup of curry leaves and about a cup of coriander leaves. Along with that, we'll be using cumin or jeera and garam masala powder, pepper powder, and salt. So this is what we'll be using to make our cutlets, and then we'll go to look at what we will be using to make our coating. So first step, we will have to mash the sweet potatoes and the potatoes. To start preparing our cutlet, I have my kadai on the stove, into which I will pour in about 2 tablespoons of oil. Once the oil is hot, we can add in our 2 tablespoons of finely chopped ginger. Give it like 10 to 15 seconds and we can add in our chopped garlic. Adding our 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic. After the garlic has gone in, give it a good mix and let the garlic and ginger roast a little in this oil so that you get that amazing aroma of the roasting ginger and garlic. That is when we can proceed to add our next ingredient. You can now see that the color and texture of the ginger and garlic have started changing, and I can get the amazing aroma of the roasting ginger and garlic. So at this phase, I will add in our curry leaves. Give this a quick stir and immediately we will add in our chopped onions. So this was 250 grams of chopped onions. Once you have given the onions a quick mix, we will add in our salt. So we can add about 1 teaspoon of salt now. If required, we can add more later. Another tip to add salt at this phase would be that it helps in the onions cooking faster. So here what we want is the onions to become soft and translucent. So the salt will definitely help speed up that cooking process. Now our onions are like half done. So here we will add in our chopped green chilies. So this is about 10 green chilies chopped. And immediately after you have given the green chilies a quick mix, we can add about half a teaspoon of jeera or cumin. Now that our onions have almost done cooking, we will add in our powdered spices. This is about 1 teaspoon of garam masala powder and 1 teaspoon of pepper powder. Give it a good nice mix. After the onions had cooked well, I added in our mashed sweet potato and potatoes. So 300 grams of sweet potato and 250 grams of potatoes, and mix them well. So we will have to mix until we have a doughy consistency of all of this mixture. Now that the mixing is almost done, we will add in our 1 cup of coriander leaves. And now mix the leaves well into our sweet potatoes and potatoes. After everything is mixed well, we can turn off the flame and let this mixture rest for at least the next 15 to 20 minutes. So it cools down, and then we can work on making the patties for our cutlet. After our entire mixture has rested for about 15 to 20 minutes, now we can start working on our patties. So I have a normal round shaped spoon so that I have a measure of the size, which makes it easy. to have a similar sized patty or cutlet. So you will have to first turn it into a nice ball and then flatten it a little, okay, and roll it so that you have a evenly shaped round piece of cutlet. Alright, so we will do the same for all of this and convert it to cutlets of this shape and size. After we have prepared the patty for our cutlets, we will have to make the coating for it. So for that I have 1 cup of water into which I have added 2 tablespoons of corn flour and 1 tablespoon of maida. And for the crisp I have a little bit of corn flakes which I have crushed in the mixer along with a little bit of corn flour. So what we will do first is just dip this in our mixture of water and corn flour along with maida, and then we will coat this with our crispy mixture that was made using a little bit of corn flakes and some corn flour. So our cutlet is ready with the coating as well. So this will have to be deep fried. So we will repeat the same process for all the cutlets that we have, and then we can start with deep frying them in the oil. To fry our cutlets, I have my kadai on the stove into which I will pour in sufficient amount of oil to deep fry the cutlets. Once the oil is hot, we can add in our cutlets. We would want our cutlets to have a dark brown shade. So once we see that, we can take it off the oil. So you can see that our cutlets are ready. So we can do the same with the other cutlets as well. Crispy sweet potato cutlets are ready. It can be served with some ketchup and mayonnaise, or if you have some chutney, homemade chutney, it would go great with this. Do try it at home and let us know what you think about this recipe. Thank you so much for watching and have an awesome day.